Hello, this is A Automotive Reviews, and thanks for coming to the channel. And today we have here the Battista Pininfarina. Now, let's talk about Battista Pininfarina. Now, Pininfarina was born November the 2nd, 1893. Now, he was an Italian automobile designer and a founder of the Carrozzeria Pininfarina coach building company. And this name was associated with many of the best-known post-war sports cars. Now, Battista Farina was born in Cortanz, Italy. Now, excuse me if I beat up some of this language, but hope you guys bear with me. Now, the 10th of 11 children, his nickname was Pinin, the youngest, the smallest brother. He was referred to as being the baby of the family. In the later years, he was also referred to short stature of 5 feet. He started working in his brother Giovanni body shop at the age of 12, and it was there that his interest in cars was born. He stayed at Giovanni Stablement Industrial Farina for decades, learning bodywork and beginning to design his own cars. Now, he formed Carrozzeria Pininfarina in 1930 to focus on the design and construction of new car bodies and quickly gain prominence. Only Carrozzeria Touring was more sought after in the 1930s. He worked for Ferrari, starting in 1952, would become his most famous, though much of it was managed by his son Sergio, who ran the firm until shortly before his death in July 2nd, 2012, sometime in the early 1950. Stabilimenti Farina was absorbed into Carrozzeria Pininfarina. So he had a very profound life. Now, the last design that was personally attributed to him was the 1600 Duetto for Alfa Romeo. This was the first seen by the public at the Geneva Motor Show in March of 1966. He died less than a month later on April the 3rd. Now, he was inducted into the Automobile Hall of Fame in 2004. The Pininfarina Battista is an all-electric battery-powered sports car, and in the name of his honor, and this is what we see right here. This is beautiful, beautiful car, the Pininfarina Battista. This is Italy's most powerful and fastest car, folks. Pininfarina says it's Battista, named after the company founder. It's going to be the most powerful and fastest car ever to come out of Italy. There's going to only be 150, which is going to be made. Just take a look at some of these pics. What a beautiful car. When I first saw this car, the thing that came to mind was the Porsche 918 Spider. When I saw this, I was like, wow, this is just a Porsche 1918 Spider, revamped and redesigned. But what a hell of a good job, though, at that. That backlights reminded me of it. But what a beautiful design. You can't, speechless, an all-electric car. Now, the venerable and storied Italian design firm Pininfarina, named after the founder, Battista, Let's take a look at some more of these pics. That's some of the interior pics. And then we'll get back to more of the, talking about this beautiful coach. Nice carbon fiber inlets. It's got the flags. Everything about this is just special, folks. Now, the first car on display was on display in the Museum of Modern Art in New York, the Nash Haley. Now, the Ferrari 212 and the Fiat 124 Spider, the Alfa Romeo Duetto, which we talked about earlier, and many more. Now, Pininfarina is building cars underneath his own name. And they're not only electric, but incredibly fast and exclusive. Now, supercar, to rival the performance of the Bugatti, which is worth $3 million US, and it's 1,500 horsepower Chiron. It's going to be followed by a trio of SUVs. Now, the Battista, what we see here, the hypercar, which was supposed to debut at the Motor Show in March of 2020, is still going to be on sale, bearing the founder's name. So you know it's got to be good. It's going to certainly be fast, memorable fast. The car to be built, it's going to be built in Cabiano, Italy, and will have 1,900 horsepower with 1,696 foot-pounds of torque, and it will reportedly rocket to 60 miles per hour and last in 2 seconds. Top speed is going to be estimated at 250 miles per hour with 300 miles of electric range. Now, the combination of fast acceleration, huge speed, and range is going to demand a very light car and a very big battery pack. Now, the Battista will be built in addition to just 150, with 50 coming to the United States. Another 50 are reserved for Europe, and the remaining cars are earmarked for Asia and the Middle East. Now, the price is going to be $2 million. That's expected. Now, in the U.S., it's going to be $2.5 million. But what price do you put on this Pininfarina, the Italy's most powerful and fast car? Battista Farina founded the firm that bears his name in the 1930s and began his lengthy collaboration with Ferrari in 1952. He died in 1966, after which his son, Sergio, who also died in 2012. Now, the current company chairman is Paolo Pininfarina, the founder's grandson. The Pinin nickname, which means smallest, refers to Battista being the 10th of 11 children. He officially changed his name to Pininfarina in 1961. Now, work for the Italian coach builder became harder to find after the 1960s. Pininfarina got a new lease on life when Indian automaker Mahindra and Mahindra paid $28 million for a 76% stake in 2015. Mahindra investments allowed the Italian firm to scale up its automaking activities, and the electric side of things benefit from Mahindra's involvement in the Formula E battery car racing series. Now, the Pininfarina said back in April that it will concentrate on exclusive battery-powered supercars, with the Battista codename PF0 appearing first. Also involved in the Battista electric powertrain is Croatia-based supercar manufacturer Rimac, which recently announced its own C2 electric hypercar with similar specification. Most of the major supercar companies have now announced SUVs, and Pininfarina will follow suit with a full range of them, aimed at competing with the Lamborghini Urus and similar cars. A potential SUV collaborator is the American EV company Rivian, which is shown an electric pickup truck on a skateboard chassis that Pininfarina could use. Now, the first Pininfarina SUV won't be seen until 2020. The high-performance EV field is getting crowded, reflecting the relative ease of designing and building electric powertrains compared to designing and fabricating gas engines, and the many willing partners with electric technology to sell. So this is an amazing car. Now it's going to have an amazing sound system, and that looks like Bang & Olufsen sound system, but I'm not really sure of what that insignia is. But this is definitely going to be a sharp car, folks. This is AO Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching, and as you can see, I got a phone call I have to take. Remember, like, share, and
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.